We come to you live from the Nike Prefontaine Classic, Hayward Field in Eugene, Oregon. And we are set for the women's 1,500-meter race.
And there is Susie Hamilton coming back from a Achilles surgery. Left Achilles was operated on last year, and she said it really gave her an opportunity to look at her career, and she's back with renewed enthusiasm and also had some great races this year.
Well, she missed all of the 1999 season because of an Achilles injury, thus motivated for a good year 2000.
Susie Hamilton. Wearing his 12 from Nike in Romania.
I have this new drive in me because running was almost taken away from me, that I realized this is something, if I just could have one more chance, I would give it everything I have. And that's where I'm at right now. I've been given a second chance, and I'm not going to let anything slip away. Just going to give it everything.
Champion this year for the Cougars, Melanie Steer.
Women's 1,500 meters.
The woman she'll be running against is as great as Marion Jones is. This woman, Gabriela Szabo of Romania, was the #1 track and field athlete in the world in 1999. And as Carol mentioned at the top of the show, made over $1 million in prize money alone in 1999. She was the silver medalist at the 1,500-meter distance in Atlanta in 1996, and she is a huge favorite to be in the mix again, both at 1,500 meters and 5,000 meters in Sydney this summer.
She's like the Energizer Bunny. She keeps going and going. And how she wins a lot of her races is she usually goes out in a championship race. She sets an incredible pace, and nobody can stay with her. But if they can, just in case, she can also sprint, too.
At only 5 feet 2 inches tall and well under 100 pounds. She's like a little sewing machine out there. Nothing ever changes. Her expression never changes. And those feet just go up, down, up, down, up, down. No matter what the distance is, she's always right there in the mix. A very smart athlete, runs a tactically great race.
She's just running off the shoulder of Melanie Steer right now from Brigham Young University, who sets the early pace.
Actually, you see Hamilton in second position, Szabo right on her shoulder. They're staying right together. This is the first time Gabriela Szabo has been on American soil since 1996, and she's taking this opportunity, and the other Americans in the race should feel a great opportunity. This woman's going to be a major factor in Sydney, and to give them the opportunity to run against someone of this caliber can only help them in their training.
65.6 for the first 400. They are shooting for a 2:10 800-meter time, and then we'll see some very interesting running as we see the pack start to string out a little bit, with Steer leading it with Faber Hamilton and Szabo right there. It should be interesting to see how close they get to this 2:10 mark. The breezes appear to be somewhat fluctuating. Down on the track, we can't really tell what kind of an effect they may have, but they would affect Szabo probably more than anybody else in the race.
Szabo running third, Susie Faber Hamilton running second. Susie, who lived here in Eugene until 3 years ago, moved back to Wisconsin, decided to run under her maiden name and her married name, Susie Faber Hamilton, to honor her brother Dan. He committed suicide last September, was a victim of manic depression, and she said, by running as Susie Faber Hamilton, it reminds me of his presence and brings to mind the need for a cure for manic depression.
Well, she's having an incredible year, leading the U.S. in both the 800, 1,500, and 5,000-meter distances. They went through in about 2:11, 2:12 for the pack. The Rabbit did take it through in 2:10.7, so she did her job well. Now it's a matter of Susie Faber Hamilton. Now what do I want to do? This woman, Szabo, has great kick. I also think I have a great kick now that I'm 100% healthy. This will be a great chance for Susie to really measure herself against one of the greatest middle distance runners in the world 3 weeks before the Olympic trials. She said the other day, I wish the trials were right now. I am so ready and so anxious. She's already made 2 Olympic teams, so she has the experience.
1 lap to go.
Well, Szabo has been sticking to her like glue. It's amazing. Susie's been trying to feel her out to see where she is. She is right behind her. I don't even think she knows that she's there. She knows she's there in terms of knowing that she's a great athlete. But Susie is starting to open it up. She's trying to open up a gap on Gabriela Szabo.
Hamilton just put on a burst for about 50 meters in the first turn, and Szabo is trying to respond, but the gap is not getting smaller. In fact, it may even be getting infinitesimally larger as Susie goes to the orange with 200 meters to go.
The question is, did she go too soon? It looks like she did a good job. Szabo changed her running technique also. She's going into her sprint.
Round the final curve they come.
This would be huge for Susie Faber-Hamilton. What confidence builder this will be, as she'll probably match up with Regina Jacobs at 1,500 meters at the Olympic trial.
And here comes Gabi Szabo. Susie Faber-Hamilton trying to hold her off, and I don't know.
Oh, my goodness.
I don't know.
You know what that little girl said, Gabrielle Szabo, we talked about that she is tough as nails, and Susie Hamilton goes down at the finish line. She looks like she's okay. She's up. She changed from distance runner to sprinter within about 5 meters, and she said, I don't know if I should lose this race. She hasn't lost the race since somewhere around 1998. She said, no, I do not want to lose. What an incredible race.
Susie put a move on in the first turn, and right in here, Szabo was sort of in contact, and Susie just said, for 70 meters, I'm just going to put in a sprint and see if I can drop this woman. And for the better part of 300 meters, she did exactly that, as you see the gap widening very, very quickly. But right at the end, Susie's lane was going up in a big way, and Szabo was totally focused on the finish line. Susie just broke down right at the end, but she's got to be thrilled with the time and her performance for this close to the Olympic trial.
Szabo wins it. Susie Faber-Hamilton barely second. Let's go down to Bonnie Bernstein.
All right, hang on. She's actually trying to do a victory lap. But I'm running after her. I think I'm going to run with her.
You're showing
Susie,
great pace.
you came so close to winning this race. What happened down the stretch? Well, I'm just very short from my speed the last 2 weeks, so I'm not in peak sprinting shape. I'm very pleased with my time today. Don't worry, I'm not in peak sprinting shape either. But just to think, a year ago, you had to miss the entire season with an Achilles injury, an injury a lot of people don't come back from entirely. I'm just blessed that I was able to come back, and thank God I'm able to run against people like her that are amazing athletes and wonderful people. Congratulations, Susie. All right, I've done my job for the day, guys.
Bonnie, I know you did gymnastics at Maryland, but you show an unbelievable degree of versatility going stride by stride with Susie Faber-Hamilton. Szabo wins it by 6/100ths of a second. What a terrific race.